What's going on? I'm CJ Matthews, and this is the series about nothing. This week's episode is now.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, or maybe next semester. No, do it right now.
So I was cleaning out my office the other day, and man, was that a task. But I came across something that I did when I very first started preaching and when I very first got into ministry. Several years ago, I preached this message called Now, and I was talking about the power of now. But what I found is a box full of covers. Not sure how good you can see it. A box full of covers for the DVDs and the CDs that I was supposed to hand out and pass out. And I find it ironic is that I never opened the box. Like this message, which many people told me touched and inspired them, that I was supposed to deliver to, a number of people, never got out. And I find it so ironic what the subject matter of the message was about. And a lot of times we do that. Procrastinate.
2,000 years later.
And procrastination is caused by a lot of things. But I believe that God has given us the grace and the power to overcome the spirit of procrastination, which is antithetical to our purpose, which is antithetical and contrary to our destiny of us fulfilling the mission that God has given each and every one of us. Another thing that causes us to procrastinate or to not maximize the moment is our inability to get over what went wrong yesterday, our failures yesterday, our mistakes of yesterday. And I don't want to sound too cliche, but I read something on the internet, or I read a meme that says, don't let your past mistakes rob you of your future. It was a one-time thing, but not a life sentence. Don't let it become a life sentence. A lot of times that's what we do. And when the gospel is misunderstood, when it is misrepresented and misinterpreted, a lot of times what we can do is we can allow our past mistakes and our past failures to continue to be a weight on us. It comes disguised as guilt or condemnation, where we're beating ourselves up for the things that we did yesterday or the things that we didn't do yesterday. I got some news for you. Unless Elon Musk and those guys over at Tesla or those Amazon guys, unless they've done something that I don't know about, time travel is not possible. I don't know where Dr. Brown is today, but we can't fire up the DeLorean and go back and alter what it is that we did yesterday. And that's the beauty of the gospel. There is therefore now no condemnation in Christ Jesus, which means that once sin was judged on the cross, it was dealt with. Which means that those things that we did, God no longer holds them against us. But the thing is, once we internalize that, once we realize that, once we know that God doesn't hold those things against us, we have to stop holding them against ourselves. We have to stop beating up ourselves. We have to stop feeling bad, because that thing serves no useful purpose. It would only continue to weigh us down and hold us back and keep us from living the fullness and receiving the fullness of what it is that God has for us. Another thing that doesn't allow us to maximize and take care of the moment is this idea that we don't have what we need. Jesus says, give us this day our daily bread, or tomorrow will have enough worries of itself. I've given you what you need for today. A very common saying in Christianity, and a truth about God, is God never gives us a vision without provision, which means that He will provide all of the resources, or he will direct us to all of the resources, no matter what they may be, when he gives us a vision for our lives. But here's the thing. A lot of times we're embarking on a journey which will span over an entire lifetime. And we feel as though if we can't get to where we're supposed to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, today, then we can't move forward. And that's just simply a lie straight from the enemy. It's not to say that God can't bless us with exponential growth and a massive influx of customers, of whatever it is that we're doing and we're pursuing. That's not at all what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is we have everything that we need today. God has given us every single thing that we need today to accomplish what he wants us to accomplish today. But so long as we're focusing on what we don't have, then what we'll do is we'll lose and miss out on today, on now. So it's like we can't beat ourselves up for what we didn't do yesterday, but we also can't allow ourselves to get caught by that trap of what we don't have. I have enough to move forward. I have enough to get to where God wants me to go. There's a parable about a guy who had 3 servants, and he gave each of these servants a certain amount of money. Now, the denomination of money was called a talent. It's called the parable of the talents. So he gave each one a different amount of money. He says, here, I'm giving you this. I'm going to go away. And when I be back, I'll expect that thing to have grown. Now, 2 of those guys, they went and they invested, or they did whatever they did with the money, and they doubled up. They got 100% return on investment. And because they maximized what they had, when he came back, he was so pleased that he blessed them with more. Now, I'm not saying that God's blessings can be earned by us, but what I am saying is there's a blessing in trusting God with what we have. Let me say it again. There is a blessing in trusting God with what we have. Because whenever we trust God with what we have, the result is more. Whenever I trust God with what I have, I get more. And when I trust God with what I do have, what I'm doing is I'm acting in a spirit of gratitude. I'm saying, Lord, I'm so thankful for this. I know that what you have for me and what you showed for me is so grand, but I still appreciate this. Like this, and I hate the term level, because whether my assignment is, 5 people or 5,000 people, like in the eyes of God, each person is that significant. But God, you have endowed me. You have entrusted me with this, and I'm thankful. And I see the value in this. So I'm going to trust you with it by giving it the attention that it deserves, by not minimizing it, by not overlooking it, but realizing that this thing that's in my possession, this opportunity that I've been blessed with, this has been given to me by God Almighty, and it is of utmost value. And not only is it of utmost value, but everything that God creates with the potential to become more. So this thing that I possess right now has the potential to become more, and whether that's a million, a billion, or whatever it is, it possesses the potential to become more. So when I trust God now with what I have, I'm saying thank you, and I'm realizing that it has the potential to grow, that it has the potential to become more. One of the most powerful things that I've ever heard is that the richest place on the earth, the most valuable place on earth, is not Silicon Valley, it's not the diamond mines or the gold mines or anything like that, but it is the graveyard. It's because within the graveyard is buried so many ideas, so many gifts, so many talents, so many things with the potential for increase, so many things of such great value that were never utilized. And today God is saying, hey, I've blessed you with something today. You have something today that the world needs. You have something right now in your position that has the potential to increase, that has the potential to become more. And if you trust me right now with what it is that you have, I guarantee that you will not be let down. Thanks again for tuning in to the series about nothing. Share this message with a friend. And if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can stay tuned to everything it is that we're putting out.